Front splits, long lunge progressions. If you're a gymnastic skill seeker who wants to accomplish the front splits, the long lunge will be one of the best exercises. There are 3 progressions to the long lunge, and it's best to work through these progressions slowly, as the long lunge is a deep stretch that can lead to injury when trying to rush ahead. Level 1 of the long lunge looks like this. We start in a standing position and then slide one foot back into a reverse lunge. Leaning the torso forward and resting the belly on the thigh of the front leg is a technique we can use to place our weight on the front foot, making it easier to slide the rear foot back. This becomes more important when we progress to level 2 and 3 of the long lunge. While keeping the front foot flat on the floor, the aim is to make the rear leg as straight as possible while sliding it back as far as possible. When doing this, you must keep the hips square. One of the best ways to accomplish this is to internally rotate the hip of the rear leg. Do not allow the hip to twist, as this will decrease the stretch placed on the hip flexors and slow down your front splits progress. Contracting the glute of the rear leg will also help to keep the hips square. In level 2 and 3 of the long lunge, this glute contraction will allow you to sink deeper into the front splits. It's important to have the knee of the front leg bent past 90 degrees. It's also essential to make sure the knee of the front leg is pulled out to the side and is not collapsing inwards. You should feel your belly pressing into the upper thigh as you hold level 1 of the long lunge. Reaching the arms out to the side and fixing your eyes to a point on the floor roughly 45 degrees in front of you will assist with the balance. Before progressing to level 2, you must be able to hold the level 1 long lunge with the following goals. The rear leg must be straight, the hips must sink below the height of the front knee, and you must hold it for 45 to 60 seconds on each side. Once you can do this, you are ready for level 2. Level 2 of the long lunge is rather similar to level 1, but now you want to lift the ball of the front foot off the floor. This is going to test your balance and prepare you for level 3. As you rock back onto the heel of the front foot, you'll start to feel more of a stretch in the front leg's hamstring. The dynamic movement created by the instability helps target more muscle fibers and can increase flexibility gains. However, when you first experiment with level 2, you can hold onto an upright surface or use a stick for support. This allows you to remove some of the balance requirements. Keep the hips square, contract the glute of the rear leg, keep the front knee pulled out to the side and feel the belly resting on the front thigh. Before progressing to level 3, you want to be able to hold level 2 of the long lunge for 45 to 60 seconds on each side. Again, the back leg must be straight and the hips must be lower than the height of the front knee. Level 3 of the long lunge is where the fun really starts. The setup for this is the same as level 2, but now you're going to continue to walk the rear foot back and open the knee angle of the front leg. This will create a deep stretch in the hip flexors of the rear leg and the hamstrings of the front leg. When you first start training level 3, it's best to hold onto an upright surface or a stick for added stability. Keep the hips square, contract the glute of the rear leg, keep the front knee pulled out to the side and feel how the belly rests on the front thigh. The harder you contract the rear glute and the more you push the rear foot back, the deeper you'll go in your front splits. But be careful here, do not rush this progression. It's a long, slow journey that can take months or even years to progress, and it takes even longer if you get injured. Slowly build to 45 to 60 second holds in the level 3 long lunge, and then continue to work towards your front splits. Give it a try and see how you go. If you've got questions, please leave them in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.